Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous introduced us to some incredible dinosaurs, like the terrifying Scorpios Rex and the epic return of the legendary Spinosaurus. But did you know there were even more dinosaurs planned that never made it to the screen? Hidden deep in early concept art and unused storylines, we find strange hybrids, mysterious herbivores, and even species never before seen in the Jurassic franchise. In this video, we're diving into the cut dinosaurs of Camp Cretaceous, the creatures that were removed during development, and how the series might have looked if they'd been included. So, if you're a fan of Jurassic lore and love discovering what could have been, don't forget to hit the like button, leave a comment telling us which dinosaur you wish had made the cut, and subscribe for more Jurassic content. Let's begin with one of the most unexpected creatures that almost appeared in the show, the fearsome Yutyrannus. In early versions of Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous, the adorable Ankylosaurus Bumpy almost didn't exist. Originally, the show's creators considered having the campers befriend a baby carnivore, with the feathered dinosaur Yutyrannus being a strong contender. Early concept art even depicted a feathered Yutyrannus hatchling, hinting at a much more primal and intense bond for the series. It makes you wonder how dramatically the story would have changed if this bird-like predator had joined the cast instead of Bumpy. But Yutyrannus wasn't the only predator considered. Another fierce candidate was the Acrocanthosaurus, known for the tall spines that ran along its back. In early versions of the show, the creative team explored different companion dinosaurs, and Acrocanthosaurus stood out as one of the most powerful. Concept art reveals multiple baby acro designs, some feathered, others scaly, all with slight variations. A few even had extended spines along their tails and backs, giving them a unique, almost dragon-like appearance. The idea was to balance fierceness and affection in a baby carnivore. But in the end, the team opted for the safer, more endearing route with Bumpy. Then there's another surprising option that was considered, the Cryolophosaurus. This unusual theropod, known for the crest on its head, was also imagined as a baby companion for the campers in the early development stages. Several pieces of concept art show different Cryolophosaurus hatchlings, some brightly colored, others more subdued. A few even had subtle frills and sleek patterns, making them visually unique among the candidates. It's easy to imagine how this snow-crowned predator might have brought a colder, more mysterious tone to the story, before being replaced by the friendlier Ankylosaurus we now know. And we can't forget the Allosaurus, another contender for the camper's companion. This classic Jurassic predator was also considered during early development, and concept art shows several adorable baby versions with a wide variety of designs. Some were scaly, others covered in proto-feathers. The colors ranged from neutral tones to vibrant patterns, suggesting the team was playing with the idea of a small Allosaurus that was both fierce and charming. Its inclusion would have brought a more traditional carnivore into the mix, one already familiar to Jurassic fans, but reimagined in a more youthful, approachable form. And it wasn't just the carnivores who were considered to take Bumpy's place in Camp Cretaceous. Several herbivorous dinosaurs were also contenders, each with their own charm, visual appeal, and personality. One of the most interesting among them was Pachy Sephilosaurus. This dome-headed dinosaur, famous for its head-butting nature, was imagined early on as the camper's companion. Concept art reveals a series of adorable baby Pachy Sephilosaurus designs, each with its own unique color scheme and expression. From playful eyes to bold little domes, they had tons of personality. It's hard not to imagine the comedic potential of a baby Pachy bonking its way through Jurassic World, but this vision never became reality. Then we have Styraosaurus, a relative of the Triceratops with a spectacular frill and long nose horn. This dinosaur appears in early concept art during a planned dinosaur stampede, a moment that would have been both epic and terrifying for the campers. Styraosaurus was even considered to fill the same role as Bumpy, adorable, horned, and protective. Unfortunately, despite its dramatic design, it was left out of the final cut. Maiasaura was another top candidate. Known for being a nurturing and social dinosaur, it would have brought a very different energy to the group. Concept art shows a variety of beautiful baby designs with soft colors and gentle features. These early drafts portrayed it as a motherly presence, a very different tone compared to the spiky but lovable Ankylosaurus we ultimately got. Interestingly, Myasaura holds the unfortunate distinction of being one of the most frequently scrapped species in the Jurassic franchise. Finally, there's Protoeratops. Small, frilled, and full of potential, it was also one of the species that could have been Bumpy. While not as flashy as some of the others, this dinosaur had a ton of character in the early concepts. A curious, clever little companion that could have easily captured fans' hearts. But again, it was set aside. All of these herbivores appeared in concept art with vibrant color variants and distinct shapes, tailored to be lovable, marketable companions. Yet, in the end, Ankylosaurus was chosen and Bumpy was born. But we can't help but wonder, if you had the choice, which of these forgotten baby dinosaurs would you have brought to life? Let us know who your Bumpy would have been. But the list of cut herbivores doesn't stop there. Another mysterious dinosaur was spotted in early concept art, running right alongside the Styraosaurus during a stampede sequence. Based on its size and the absence of a third horn, fans believe this dinosaur was none other than Zuniceratops. Smaller than a Triceratops, but with similar features, it would have added variety to the ceratopsian cast. Sadly, Zuniceratops never made it to the final series, though it did get a toy in the Dino Escape line. It's yet another fascinating creature left behind in concept art, forgotten by the story, but not by the fans. And while dinosaurs dominate the spotlight, there was once a plan to bring something entirely different into the world of Camp Cretaceous. The show's creators had planned for the tundra biome of Manticore Island to feature one, or possibly even several, woolly mammoths. Massive, majestic creatures from the Ice Age, roaming through the snow-covered domes, but that idea was scrapped early in development. Interestingly, a subtle nod to this concept still remains. In Season 4, Sammy spots a tray being wheeled across Dr. Wu's lab and asks what's on it. He begins to respond, "Siberian mammoth remains extracted before she cuts him off." According to the showrunner Scott Creamer, live mammoths were actually meant to appear during that season, but the concept was cut before production advanced. It could have been a wild twist, a prehistoric mammal alongside dinosaurs. But perhaps the strangest creatures never seen on Camp Cretaceous were the ones never meant to be natural at all. During early development, the series explored several hybrid dinosaurs, engineered monsters that would have pushed science and horror even further than the Scorpius Rex. In fact, before E750 was chosen, there were at least 6 different hybrid concepts that were in consideration. One of the most fearsome, a terrifying combination of Dilophosaurus, Carnotaurus, and Northronicus, an agile predator with long claws, not as exaggerated as a Therizinosaurus, but still unnervingly extended, and large spiny scales running along its back and neck. Another, a bizarre fusion of Diabloceratops, Styracosaurus, Lambeosaurus, Sauropelta, and Psittacosaurus, a horned herbivore with massive head spikes, large armored scales on its back, and huge tail spines. Then came a hybrid of Ankylosaurus and Kentrosaurus, a walking fortress equipped with huge spikes along its back and tail, plus a devastating tail club, and yet another, a cross between Yutyrannus, Rugops, and a cassowary, resulting in a robust predator covered in feathers, with spines lining its back and a menacing posture. There was also a terrifying aquatic hunter, Baryonyx, Deinocheirus, and Concavenator combined into one hybrid, featuring a crocodile-like snout, long claws, and a prominent hump with sharp spines. And finally, a blend of Pachy Sephilosaurus, Ouranosaurus, and Aqualops, with 2 large horns on its head, a tail lined with sharp spines, and a truly terrifying face. All these hybrid concepts were shown in early uncolored concept art, their forms still raw, sketched in grayscale. They were eventually cut, replaced by the Scorpius Rex and later the Spinoceratops. But just imagine what these abominations could have looked like on screen. So, what do you think? Was the Scorpius Rex the right choice, or should one of these other hybrids have taken its place? Let me know in the comments. And that wraps up all the dinosaurs that were cut from Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous. We've seen everything from adorable dinosaurs to bizarre hybrids that never made it to the screen. If you enjoyed this glimpse of what could have been, don't forget to like the video, share it with other Jurassic World fans, and subscribe for more content like this. Which of these dinosaurs would you have liked to see on screen? Tell us in the comments, we'd love to hear what you think. Thanks for watching, and remember, life finds a way.